Salvatore. In case you've been living under a rock, yesterday's college football playoffs finally came out by the committee, and there were a few surprises, most notably at number 4, Texas A&M from the SEC picked over Washington, looking on the outside right now. What are you guys' thoughts on this?
I think it's an absolute disgrace that Washington isn't the number 4 team. They're undefeated. They've been absolutely wrecking the Pac-12. I mean, they poured it on against Stanford and Christian McCaffrey, who last year was a top Heisman candidate. And they've really just destroyed every team that they've played against. There's really no argument. Texas A&M got destroyed, throttled by Alabama, and they should not be within even the top 6, let alone the top 4.
I'd have to disagree with you on that one. Now, what league does Texas A&M play in again?
Texas A&M, SEC.
And the SEC is arguably the best conference in the entire college football industry. So I would probably say that Texas A&M deserves where they are right now because they had played the number 1 team, Alabama. Think about it, Washington's schedule. They haven't played anyone that tough. I mean, who's probably the toughest person they played? Stanford, a broken down Stanford team with one player, McCaffrey. You can't do it all, folks. Come on, let's get real here. Every day, Texas A&M goes against the best competition each and every day. Here, let me read you these stats. Alabama, 8-0. Clemson, 8-0. Michigan, 8-0. Texas A&M, 7-1. But who do they play? They play Alabama. They play Tennessee. They play Georgia. That's all I have to say. 3 teams on that schedule. All top 10 teams in the beginning of the season.
Right. I wouldn't
Time
out. What do you guys think so far?
I like Sebastian's personality. Yeah.
I was about to...
Okay, Matt, you're spinning. You made excellent points, but you're kind of spinning. You do that, your face is going to go off camera, right? Sebastian, love the energy, love how you came at him with the hand gestures and everything, but you don't want to be looking down your pad. When you're on TV, consider yourself you're always going to be on the air, and if you look down, yeah, it's, okay, did anybody see how Ryan started that? Anybody?
I did.
Hey, he was funny. He was having fun. He smiled. I mean, we're not debating, the apocalypse here. We're debating, Pac-12 football. I mean, this is sports. It's supposed to be fun, right? So Ryan is having fun. He relaxes the audience. He draws them in. Action.
Now, he said the SEC was the best conference, but most experts would tell you that the SEC is down this year. Would you say that because of that it hurts Texas A&M?
I don't think that clearly it hasn't if they're within that top 4. I think it should. I don't believe that the SEC is the top conference in college football anymore. I think that when you have 2 teams in a different conference that actually relates to neither one of these teams, but the Big Ten in Ohio State and Michigan that could both justify being within this top ranking, it really is something that shows that they're actually the top conference in college football. And to that point, I mean, another huge disappointment is why is Penn State at 12?
Real quick, before we go off that, the reality of the situation is that only one of those SEC teams will get in because only one will make the championship game in that scenario. But now you bring up a good point. Penn State ranked at number 12 after beating Ohio State 24-21 on the road. They haven't played anybody else. They have 2 losses. What are your thoughts on them skyrocketing from unranked 2 weeks ago to number 12 in the country now?
Ryan, I am disgusted. I don't think I've ever seen such foolishness from whoever's the director of the college playoff. Number 12, let me tell you something, Ryan. They might have one Heisman candidate on that team, but that is their team. That's all I have to say.
What are your thoughts on Penn State and obviously the one player he's talking about, Saquon Barkley? Really only 1 victory and then 2 bad losses. Have they done anything to justify their ranking in your opinion?
I hate to agree with my counterpart, but I completely agree with him. It really is disgusting, but not because they're based around one guy in Saquon Barkley, but more so because there's other teams that should be up there ahead of them, like Western Michigan. Even though they don't play in a tough schedule, they're 8-0. I would rather see them up all the way up to 12, even though they're this, small conference team. Give them a shot.
All right, come out. Anybody see what Sebastian's doing there? All right? He knows he's on camera at all times. It's going to be a split screen. So he's upstaging him, right? Anybody of you watched the original Magnificent Seven?
It's not the one that just... Oh, never mind.
Yeah, the one that we made?
Yeah.
Okay, Yul Brynner was supposed to be the star. But Steve McQueen made it his business to upstage him in every scene. If you watch the show, whenever they're together, Steve McQueen is doing something to draw the attention to him. Even though Yul Brynner's supposed to be the star. He's shaking a shell, he's checking his hat, he's doing all this. That's what Sebastian was doing. Good. 1 minute to go, let's wrap it up.
Okay, you heard it here first. Penn State, completely overrated. A joke of a program ranked at number 12. We'll debate Tom Brady MVP next here on First Take.
All right.